everybody, I'm Blessed and Free. Welcome back to another episode of DOC TV. So you guys already know what it is, man. On this channel, I like to bring people on for interviews. I've had him on before for part one. This is going to be part two to that interview. I'll link the first interview in the description. So you guys want to watch that first, man, go ahead and do that. But before we get started with the interview, man, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So, man, you just got sentenced for the murder and you're on your way to prison, bro. So what prison did you end up in? And in what state, just in case anybody's watching for the first time?
So when you first get sentenced with state time, there's a little procedure you have to go through. So when I went to prison, if you're from the east side of Pennsylvania, you go to Graterford, the fort, they call it. Then if you're on the west side, you go to Western, which is SCI Pittsburgh. So the first prison I went to was SCI Pittsburgh, Western.
All right.
From there, you know, you go to a classification prison, which is in the middle of the state. That's Camp Hill. From Camp Hill, you find out what your home prison is, and then you go there. Usually, that's the prison that you're going to be at your whole bit.
All right, so you kind of go to like a reception, and then you go to like a classification, and then they classify you to your main prison.
Yeah, depending on if you're in a gang or if you got violent misconducts, your case, you know, what you were charged with, it all depends on where you're going to go and what block you're going to go to.
All right, so are you affiliated?
When I first came up, I just became Crip.
All right.
But I had a Crip tattoo on me, so they classified me as Crip from the rip.
All right, so let me ask you this, man, because in Florida it might be different than in PA. So when you're banging Crip and you're a white boy, are you landing at compounds and you're just riding out of being a Crip with no issues, or are you getting pressed?
You're gonna get pressed, and you're gonna get pressed mainly by your own homies.
Damn, bro.
If your name ain't ringing bells and you know you ain't up in rank, bro, I mean, there'd be some prisons. I was the only white boy that was a Crip there.
All right. So for the people watching that don't know what that is, just explain to them what that means when you get G-checked.
Okay. So when you get G-checked, they want to know if you really is who you saying you is. They want to know, you can't just say, yeah, you know, I'm Crip, or yeah, I'm this. Like, yo, what's your set? Who you wonder? What's your lineup? And you know, they'll throw in the little trick questions. Every gang got them.
Like knowledge questions?
Yeah.
All right.
And one thing I noticed, a lot of dudes don't really know their knowledge like that. My big homie, he made me know everything. Because
so you're on point.
He knew I was gonna be he told me. Like, don't be surprised you're the only white boy that's banging Crip. Like, they pretty much told me I'm going to have a harder time. But I had loyalty to my homies that were rocking out with me, and I didn't give a fuck.
So when you're in there, man, what gangs are running shit other than the Crips? Like, are you guys deep? Bloods
outnumber everyone like crazy,
like 2-to-1 type shit.
Yeah. And right under that is us and Latin Kings, Crips and Latin Kings.
All right. So, man, when you first took your bid and you're at prison and shit, you're just getting settled in, like, how are you dealing with that mentally, knowing like I'm getting ready to do 10 years?
I was freaking out the whole time, bro, being honest. I was scared the whole time. That's one of the main reasons why I had so many violent misconducts, because I didn't know what should be, like, what should I let slide, what shouldn't I? And like, I had old heads teaching me, and when they was locked up, it was a lot worse. late 80s, early 90s, like it was way crazier. There's no cameras anywhere. Like,
Yeah, that's how it was in Florida, man. Now it's all gangland.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was scared the whole time. I never let nobody know I was
Right,
scared,
right.
but yeah, I was.
I think it's, man, that's normal, bro. I was the same way when I went. It's kind of like the fear of the unknown. And, some people now they go to prison and they get out and they talk all this crazy shit and how, raw and big and bad they were. You and I both know, man, like when you're in there, everybody's beatable. You know what I'm saying? Like you weren't just going around knocking shit out your whole
I
day.
took L's. I took
Yeah.
some bad L's sometimes.
Facts, bro.
But that comes with it.
Well, when you were in there, man, how long were you in your main camp until you ran into your first issue?
Well, when I want to talk about Western, I ended up there later on after getting kicked out of 2 prisons. I ended up there. But that was the first spot that I went through. And when you first land in there, right, they keep you in this holding tank in booking, right? They keep you there all day until night yard. See, in Pittsburgh, you got night yard all year round. And Pittsburgh's nothing but blacktop. So it's like you in the streets for real. Like it's just spotlights.
The concrete jungle.
We got phones in the yard. And bro, everyone's getting high, getting drunk. Like it's wild. Like seeing that shit. And then the COs aren't in that yard. They don't even come in our yard. They just all lock us in.
That's nice.
And they hang out around the outside of it, but they mainly bullshit. But
so is that where it pops off on the yard there?
You have to walk through this yard. They make you with your boxes, so your hands ain't even free. And this is your first time in prison. You have to walk through the prison yard to get to the block you're going to. Everybody in this yard's coming at you.
Seeing where you're at.
Shit. Talking crazy shit. And then that's when you first see the booty bandits. Bro, they look like, some of them look like straight. They're
bitches.
Yeah, bro. Like, dudes you would think is not on that type time. Like big, like crazy, like they on that type time.
So explain to the people watching, man. I'm sure a lot of them know, some might not. What's a booty bandit in prison?
A booty bandit in prison is someone that rapes you. Like that's they don't consider themselves gay. They don't have relationships like there's feminine joints in prison. And then there's ones that are the booty bandits that they think that they just like, I don't know what they think, but like they don't think that shit is homosexual activity. They think like that's just letting somebody know who's the boss.
That's crazy, bro.
In PA, gangs do not condone any of this shit. If you are gangbanging, I don't care what gang you are in PA, homosexuality is not condoned. It's not allowed. So the dudes that are booty, they're rocking solo, or they're rocking with other ones that are getting down like them. That's their circle.
What a circle.
But they go after the weak.
Yeah, they prey on the weak.
They find the right target, and it's sad, but in PA, it's mostly the younger white dudes that is riding solo or just ain't hip to the game.
So it's like
manipulative.
It's the same way in Florida, man. Like the white boys, they come after the white boys too. Why do you think that that's the case? Why do you think they go after the white boys and not like Puerto Rican?
We're a minority in that, in prison, we're the lowest number. And, a lot of white boys ain't a lot of them are in there for fucking drug possessions and not. They're locked up with gangbangers and killers and shit, but they were just getting high.
Yeah,
They
facts,
just happened to, like, you know what I'm saying? So, dudes smell that shit. if you don't know what's going on, because these dudes don't think that they're just coming up on you all hard. Like, no, they're gonna do that if they need to. If they see that you're pushing a little bit back, yeah, then they'll get aggressive. But 9 times out of 10, they're gonna trick you into that shit. And see, I was schooled on this, but there's a lot of dudes, or there's a lot of dudes that ain't getting schooled. They don't know shit. That's the main reason I started my prison consultant, because I seen how many kids came there from the suburbs that ain't belong in an environment like that.
Yeah.
Because they had a drug problem.
What was the, like, was there infamous booty bandits that were just taking shit like crazy, or did you ever run across one?
Yeah, I've run across a bunch of them. I've had 2 times. And this is another thing people don't like ever admitting. I had 2 people try me.
Damn, dogs.
And one of them was, I lost my parole that year.
All right, so take me through that time, man. What happened with that?
Dude, I mean, mine wasn't as bad as most, but to me it was. He slid a note under my cell door on the low.
That's crazy.
Trying to holler at me on the low. So, like, I showed my homie, and when they called chow, I went on him.
On site, right when the doors pop?
Right as soon as they hit the doors. I'm smaller, so I'm crafty. I play my cards the way God dealt them to me. I got to be sneaky. You know what I'm saying?
You got to keep that fire on you.
So yes. And also, I'm the type of dude that, like, when I was walking towards him, he probably thought he hit the jackpot. Because I'm the type, I'm not going to be loud.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying?
Ninja-like, bro. Like,
hey, let me haul at you. Let me haul at you.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get in distance, you're done. Because, like, I know what comes with that. And it's not, bro, one of my homies I grew up with ended up coming out. He's gay. Bro, I don't got nothing against it, but I don't attack anyone in there that's gay unless y'all know if I'm gangbanging, I ain't with that shit. So why are you sliding a note under my cell?
Yeah, and bro, I think a lot of people get it confused because, you know, when they hear us talk about booty bandits, like, people that have watched this episode are probably going to think it like, I don't have a problem with gay people. We're not talking about gay people. We're talking about predators that are raping. Yeah. They're rapists.
Call them booty bandits.
Yeah, there's 2 different levels to this shit.
The dudes that are out there, they're gay, they're homosexual, they have their own clique. They do them. They mostly keep them on their, like, own block because, you know, prisons don't condone sexual activity when you're locked up. So they'll keep them in single cells. Like, they won't have cellies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they stay in their own area and yard. Nobody bothers them. You know what I'm saying? It's the ones that are raping that get into the shit and have violent shit happen to them because they are committing violent acts in there.
So when he did that and you pressed up on him, what ended up happening with that?
Oh, I snuck him. I didn't even talk to him. I had my left hand up. I'm right-handed. I had my left hand up like I was extending to him, and then I snuck him. But my homies knew I was doing it.
All right, so they're in the cut watching it go down?
Yeah, like, so we have vents on our blocks. And 4 cells connect to a vent, and that's like our telephone.
Yeah, it's the cell phone.
I showed my celly the kite right away. Like, yo, look at this shit. So, like, that's how you have to be. Like, me and my homies, like, you don't wait. If somebody does something like that, or calls you a bitch, or just calls you out your name, disrespects you, you can't wait. And if you do wait, it better be because you airing or cutting him. If you're just gonna go on him, what the fuck were you waiting for? Like,
Yeah.
that's how you be treated. And I got that way more than a lot of people because I was white and I was Crip. I seen a couple things that I didn't even see as big deals, and dudes were like, "Damn, you gonna let that shit slide?" And I did not I ain't like hearing that shit. That shit ate at me because I like was, going so hard just to be safe. See, a lot of dudes thought I was trying to move up in rank and shit, but bro, it was out of fear and just wanting to be safe. You've been to prison, them nights when you're thinking about what's tomorrow's bringing in prison, you're not going to bed. You're tossing and turning in that little cot all fucking night. I hate doing that. Some dudes do that their whole bid. I don't like doing that more than a day or two.
When you were at this prison where this booty bandit shit went down, how long was it before you ended up in confinement?
Oh, right then and there.
Oh, on that fight?
Yeah.
All right.
They called us to chow. So the COs were there. They're waiting for us to all come out. But I told my homie we went in the vent. Then he got in his homie's vent right next door and let all my homies know what was gonna happen and to make sure everybody kept it pushing.
I got you. So what's confinement like in PA, man? Like, cause in Florida, that shit's rough, man. What is it like up there?
It all depends on the prison you're in.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is here too.
I've been to some prisons where the COs get off on torturing you down there.
Yeah.
Not feeding you. And, not showering you. Fucking with your mail. Like literally showing you it, throwing it in the office. Like, my mom's sitting in the next room like, bro, she went through it because I did 4 years and 7 months altogether in solitary. I know all about it.